review. Today we're going to do a live review again. We're going to do a live review. And if you like the video, definitely like the video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to comment. I'm not going to wait for people to come in because by the time you watch this video, I just want it to flow, let it go. I don't have to be like, ooh, I'm going to wait for some people to come in. If you come in, you come in. And if you don't, you are missing it. It's a free bag of money over here, okay? Now go on and sit down on it. And I pray you had a good week, pumpkin lambs, as well. I pray that you had a good weekend, because it's only Tuesday, but I pray you had a good weekend, and everything is going good with you. So let's start out. We're going to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're going to talk about Married to Medicine. And we're also going to talk about Angelina Jolie's daughter's decision to go to Spelman is phenomenal. We also have to talk about the Will Smith apology. We are going to talk about P Valley, and is there a hidden agenda for African American community with the scenes of P Valley. We're going to talk about a couple of Beyonce songs. My song of choice is Church Girl. We're going to talk about Church Girl, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm just looking down at some of the notes just so I don't forget anything. Okay, so if you're into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, we are going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about Married to Medicine first. All right, so I want to start talking about Married to Medicine because that's the one that's making me smile the most. So I want to do the one that's going to make me smile. Okay, so Married to Medicine. Okay, so let me get comfortable, all right? Because I just want to give it to you positive. It's possible. I want to like fuss and, be mean to the girls. So we have to be fair, okay? Back in the day when I didn't know any better, when you know better, you do better. So I used to be very vicious when I did my reviews. And I'm like, these are people, honey. But the thing is, they put their self. Hey, Queen. Oh my God, I didn't even know you guys were even doing this. Hey, what's going on? Hello, hello. Hello, Forever Nick. Yes, you said you caught a live. Yes, Forever Nick, what's going on? So check this out. First of all, I pray you guys are doing well, and thank you for hanging out with me, all right? So I just want to, be more cognizant of the energy that I put out in the world. So that's why I'm trying to change I'm not trying, I'm actually doing it. I'm changing my review style because before, I was a Jinsu. My zodiac sign was Jinsu. And I was just like, so let's do this review in peace and love and everything. And there's a way we can talk about it in peace and love, because before my energies were so heightened and I'd be like, and that's so and so and that's so and so. I'm like, I don't know these people, honey. They would not give me 10 cents to put cheese on a Whopper if I needed it. So let's do this review. Married to Medicine, okay? We're going to just start out with the Dr. Heavenly intervention. And it's so crazy because I love both of the doctors. I love Dr. Heavenly and I love Dr. Contessa. So it's like you don't want to see your favorites fight. I don't want to see Whitney Houston kicking Janet Jackson's ass out in the Target parking lot. It's just not something that I get into. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to see people, like when I see that, it just heightens my energy into a different stratosphere that I want to be in. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you trying to do ballet dance and they making you do crunk. And they're fighting, and it's my favorite. It's my girls. Oh, and Quad. Don't forget about Quad. Now, Dr. Jackie is fierce, but she's just kind of like, Dr. Jackie is the barbecue sauce. Like, it adds on to the meal, but if you don't have it, it's still okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can eat ribs without barbecue sauce if it's like marinated and a nice dry rub and it's falling off the bone. So Dr. Jackie is barbecue sauce. And it's not a bad thing because we need barbecue sauce. I love to dip my french fries in barbecue sauce, and I love barbecue sauce. In fact, my nickname in my family is called Sauce. So I love the sauce. So no tea, no shade to Dr. Jackie. And like I said, and she's the richest one of all, honey. Honey, she's the Blair Warner on Facts of Life. Dr. Jackie, honey, her zodiac sign is money. And Dr. Jackie has a bad body. Oh, bad meaning good, not bad meaning bad. Bad. Dr. Jackie be like, her hair is coming from her roots, not her roots, her roots. You got to get into this video. If you cannot understand what's going on right now, then it's not for you, Pumpkin Lamb. Her hair comes from the ancestor roots. It just be down. So work, Dr. Jackie. My zodiac sign is just right. Not 10 cents to put cheese on a Whopper. Yes, Dr. Jackie. No, Dr. Jackie, you said Dr. Jackie is dope. No. So Dr. Jackie, okay, so we need Dr. Jackie. She's the Cynthia Bailey. We always need a voice of reason in these shows. If everybody can't be Mike Tyson, we can't just have a table full of Mike Tysons and, Holyfields, and Kamala, motherfucker. Like, you just cannot have no whole dining room table full of fighters. You're going to have somebody that's beat, honey. They are snatched, faces snatched, their hair snatched, and they're like, I'm not about to fuck this outfit up playing with y'all, honey. So everybody calm down. You need that voice of reason. Dr. Jackie is that voice of reason. Honey, they would fight like wolves in the forest if it wasn't for Dr. Jackie. She's the only thing that's... Because a couple of seasons ago, they fought at a pool. It was Toya and... What's her name? Toya and... Did her name begin with the M? But she's gone. But they were fighting in front of all the doctors. It's a wonder their husbands didn't get disbarred. Oh my God. It's so much going on. Okay, so like I said, we need Dr. Jackie. So like when Dr. Jackie, she's everybody's friend. You saw how when they ambushed Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Jackie was not for it. Amila, she was like, girl, they ambushing you. Like Amila, she's ride or die for Dr. Heavenly. Everybody, I hate to say it, Dr. Heavenly does talk a lot, and she talks about people, but people are they gravitate towards her. Even the doctors, even Dr. Dr. Jackie, she was best friends with Dr. Simone since like 1602. It was some shit like when we found the first fossil. They've been friends since 1602. Shit. And I'm not talking about military time, honey. So when Dr. Heavenly came and Dr. Jackie said, oh, I feel the same way about her as I feel for you, Simone was like, oh, hell no, honey. You've exchanged my Primatine Mist with pepper spray, bitch, and I'm having an asthma attack right now, honey. She went to get her Primatine Mist, honey, and it was pepper spray, bitch. Honey, when Dr. Jackie said that to Dr. Simone, that shit cut. It was like Freddy Krueger part 15, 16, 17, and 18, bitch. Shit, Freddy Krueger, honey. Edward Scissorhands on your ass. Oh, Dr. Heavenly bear clawed Dr. Simone when she said Heavenly. No, Dr. Jackie bear clawed Dr. Simone when she said Dr. Heavenly is close to me, like you're close to me. And I get it. It's like if you, Janet Jackson, and your sister is LaToya, and then here comes Shanice Wilson, and then you say Shanice Wilson is closer to you like LaToya is, Janet. We have some shit to talk about. What's that song? Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to figure out. That's what Dr. Heavenly said. Let's give them something to talk about. Because they were like, Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie is like wet in water. And I'm going to tell you why. I know why. Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie, they're doctors. But You know, there's always a friendly little competition, like Michael and Janet. That's why they did Scream. Ah, you make me want to scream. Just stop pressuring me, okay? But when you are friends and they are the same, you know, not caliber, but I don't know, when you guys are on kind of like the same path, but Dr. Heavenly is a dentist. She doesn't have a practice like not, no, she has a multiple practices. That's not what I'm saying. But she doesn't have the practice that's in this like the same line of work. You see what I'm saying? Like she's not an OGBYN, she's a dentist. So they have two different missions, Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly. And so there's no competition there. And they both have their own thing going on. Not saying that Simone doesn't, okay? So I just like to choose my words carefully, just so, yeah. So hold on, let me read some of this. But hold on, let me get my thoughts out real quick. The reason I feel is because Dr. Jackie is more subdued. And typically, when people are more subdued, they like friends or personalities that do and say the things that they won't do or say. And they love it, and they love to go out to dinner and things. Now, they're not going to invite your ass to a medical function or some shit like that. Even though you would turn it, you would turn the function. But Dr. Jackie likes Dr. Heavenly because Dr. Heavenly says what Dr. Jackie thinks, but will never say in public. And for that, she's like, girl, would you do it on Saturday? So Simone is just a little jealous. I fucking get it. I get Fran jealous too. Now, it's not like a friend is a pair of jeans, but bitch, I'm telling you the truth. If you want the truth, here you sit your ass down. If you don't want the truth, get up and leave. Go right now. You can go. Okay? So I get Fran jealous. My best friend knows that shit too, and we've been best friends for 400 years. I had Tracy, Richard, and Kelly, baby. They all know. And they get Fran jealous on me too. Tracy don't want to hear about shit else about another female friend. And T been my friend for 30 years. And if I have a friend here in California, shit, I don't want to hear about that. You'll be like, T. Okay. So I get it, Dr. Simone. I get it. Let's get into quad. I love me some quad. I would melt quad and rub her in my skin like aloe vera. Oh, get them elbows. Get those elbows with that aloe vera, baby. Quad is just, she just look like she smells good. All the time. How you look like you smell good all the time? She just smell like lotion and shit. I know she smell like lotion. And I don't mean to be weird, but she just looked like she smelled good. I love me some quad. I always loved quad. Quad is fierce, and she be dressing, she can cook, she be reading, she works hard. What's not to love about oxygen? What the fuck, what don't you love about oxygen? If you need it. Shit, now, if you a fish or something, I get it. Now you're, okay. But what's not to love about quad? Dr. Contessa. I love me some Dr. Contessa. But I always just thought Dr. Contessa was one floor off when it comes, I hate to say it, Dr. Contessa, please don't get mad at me. When it comes to just seeing things for what it is, or maybe she sees things for what they are, and she's in this show, and she's like, I already knew this shit was going on, or things, you know, just different stuff. Not saying that anything is going on, but things are, you know, the stuff that Heavenly was talking about. And I thought that it would change if the cameras were going on, but no. It's not going to change, Dr. Contessa, because you are entering a campground with a cast, and I don't mean any wolves. This is what we do on Bravo. It is like Saw. You know that movie Saw? And the man with the clown face be riding on a tricycle, honey. Cut your wrist off, bitch, for this episode. Cut your foot off for this episode. Cut her foot off for this episode. Do you want to get renewed next season? Then I need you to cut her ankle off. This is what the reality producers want, honey. You need to bring a taser, mace, an axe, pepper spray, a ninja star, a pit bull, and a rhinoceros. Don't come to set and you don't have that, because you will not be equipped. I do not know why Kim Fields was on the cast of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's like asking Oprah to do a video with Snoop Dogg dancing in back of a cutlass with a two-piece bathing suit on. It's peculiar. It's very peculiar. It's very weird to me. And I don't understand why I had to see Tootie, of all people, Tootie from The Facts of Life. It's like you telling me, like, Michael Jackson isn't Michael Jackson. He's really, but I'm just saying, it's Tootie from The Facts of Life. We respect her at a different level. She's she's my first black person I ever seen on TV. I don't want to see her fighting with Kenya Moore. And Kenya Moore shaking her chair and Tootie. I want to see Regine. I was so baffled. Okay, so let's get back to the Married to Medicine. Okay, so we got to get back to the real quick. So Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly is entertainment at its best. I hate to say it, guys. And then I'm going to read these. But Dr. Heavenly is entertainment at its best. Just the reason why she's loud, she's our favorite auntie with dark liquor. Whether she drinks it or not. It's her. Dr. Heavenly is our favorite auntie with a glass of dark liquor. And she's spilling it everywhere as she walked through the clean house. She's walked through the house spilling it everywhere. And she's loud, and she's talking about everybody. She knows everybody's business, and she will tell it at the card table. And we love her. She's our favorite auntie. Toya. Oh, my God. Every time they play Toya scenes, no pun intended, they just need to play Toni Braxton songs, honey. Breathe again. Breathe again. Y'all gonna fuck around and go bankrupt. Why do you have to live in a library? They keep moving. What's the name of that song? Keep on moving. Okay, I'm not going to do that because I don't want the doctor to be mad at me. Hold on. Excuse me, I needed something to drink because it was going down my throat. The air. All right. So, Toya, the thing is, y'all put it on TV so people have to talk about it if we're doing a review. If you're going to talk about the Super Friends, you have to talk about Batman and Robin because they're in the freaking show. So don't get mad at us. Check the producers for keep saying Toya's rental house. Stop saying that. They're backslapping you too, and you're signing up. Where can I sign? Let me sign here. Here, let me sign here. They're the first ones that's disrespecting you. So if we're going to watch the tape, let's go talk to Eddie in production. Stop putting Toya's rental house. Shit, this is where I live. This is Toya house. Is Toya paying money for this? Or is Toya getting evicted? Well, shit, we don't know. They be moving every 30 days. So that, to me, okay. So anyway, Amila, honey. Amila, I love the drama that Amila is giving. We never knew Amila was going to be giving it to us like this. I can just say, but I will say this. They were out of line for doing that. They were out of line. Like, if you want to make fun of yourself like Nene and Greg did when they were the Roach and the Exterminator, I almost blacked out, by the way. I was walking from getting a snack. I saw that shit on TV. I said, honey, Nene will make fun of herself. Remember when she got the t-shirt that had all the mug shots on there? I said, go for it, Nene. Now that's bringing it to the dance floor. Bitch, you can't make fun of me better than I can make fun of myself. I am here for the shits. I'm here for it. But Amila and her husband were wrong for showing up at that party with that U-Haul, with that outfit on, and blowing that horn like that, and just gonna disrupt the party like that. Out of order, honey. You would have got your ass snatched on East 117th and St. Clair, bitch, in Cleveland, Ohio. There's no way in the world you would have went to work without crutches. There's no fucking way. You were out of, and you gonna laugh in my motherfucking face, bitch? And you know how the husbands and the wives look at each other like that, honey? Like it's one of them movies with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, and they look at each other like that. And I mean, you kick her ass, and I'm gonna beat his ass. It should have been a situation like that, bitch. When I give you the side eye like that, beat her down. Amila hair should have been all over her head, just like Candace's was that day. Ain't no way in the world she would have walked out the way she came in. There's no way, just for general purposes, bitch. As we say in the hood, just on GP, bitch. Now, I told y'all I was trying to keep it positive, but it's hard for me. Every now and then, you got to snatch a bitch's ass. Amila would have had her ass snatched. And her fucking husband with them eyes, them Wendy Williams eyes. Y'all, okay, see, I'm gonna have to stop talking about it. I can't talk about it. Because, see, I don't know what the fuck is gonna come out my mouth. So I know y'all don't know what's gonna come out my mouth. So just stop talking about it. Let's get to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just don't know what to say. Give the fans what we want. Give us what we want. If I'm a vegan, don't put a pulled pork sandwich with pickles on that motherfucker in front of me, bitch. I'm a vegan, plant-based. Do you get it? Do you get it? Stop giving us LaToya. Stop giving us, I love you, Drew. Double kisses. Mwah, mwah. Third runner-up. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Tanya. Do you want to see Tanya? Okay. We said we were going to keep it positive. Okay. It's not even about Tanya. It's just, it's oatmeal cookies, baby. It's oatmeal cookies, bitch. Do you serve oatmeal cookies at a wedding reception? No! No, you don't serve oatmeal cookies at a wedding reception. You don't. You serve wedding cake, bitch. Plates of food with little flowers and shit on it. I'm like, don't put no damn flour on my food. I don't know where that flour been. All in the ground. It grew from the ground. Y'all wash it off. They love putting shit on from, But it'd be cute. It'd be food art. I like the food art. But it's just oatmeal cookies at a wedding reception. What do you mean, Uncle Mario, when you say it's oatmeal cookies at a wedding reception? Okay, I'll tell you. Sometimes you need to stick with the formula. You just want the formula. We need the regular girls. I don't even understand that shit, that sad excuse, what they meant about Cynthia's story had played out. It ain't no more played out than Candy's story. It's no more played out than Kenya's story. It's a story. You get to see how she lives bi-coastal and she has a new shop in California. Cynthia is working it, bitch. She is doing the motherfucking hula hoop. Go, Cynthia. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. Shake it, Cynthia. Shh, shh. Hold your arms up. Shh, shh. Shh, shh. And if you good, you know how to make that motherfucker come up to your top, and then you put one arm up and one arm, and then you do it on your neck. Shh, shh. Now, Cynthia got a purse store around the corner from my house. Now, that's called working. And if Cynthia plays her cards right and she keeps these lace front wigs on every time she go out, because Cynthia beats, her zodiac sign is beat. Cynthia got cheekbones, that chin. She looks like a Nubian queen, honey. Don't nobody know what to say except you're so beautiful. As soon as she walk in the fucking room, you might hate her. You may hate her. But when she walk in, I can't stand that bitch, but she sure is beautiful. Cynthia Bailey, baby. Her zodiac sign is beautiful. It ain't shit she can do. Kenya Moore too. I know she invented evil, but she's beautiful. That's what we're talking about. She's beautiful, okay? But I will say that Kenya Moore has changed since she had her baby. She's totally changed. It went from hot sauce to ketchup all of a sudden. And I'm here for it because we need ketchup. We need to dip our french fries in that shit, you know? So she just calmed down. And I saw that when she was married to, Mark, how she kind of like backed down and let us see that she really isn't what we thought she is. And then by the time he disrespected her and called her Ken, bitch, I don't know if you ever seen Mommy Dearest, but that would have been the part when I said, Christina, hand me the axe. Bitch, go get me an axe. Did you just call me Ken? And I would have called him a woman's name. What's his name? I don't know his name. But whatever his name is, I would have been like, and Patricia, shit, 1 for 1, Venus and Serena. You know how Venus and Serena. Ugh! 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 They be sounding like they giving birth out on that motherfucker. They do. They be giving birth to shots, honey. Them shots be about 90 miles per hour towards your head, bitch. I be screaming. Oh my God, if I was at the other end of that ball. Woo! Get my children out of here. Like they say the color purple, bitch. Get my children out of here. I'll be like this. That motherfucker come real fast. I'm like, ah! Shit. That I fuck around and miss that ball, honey. That thing to put a hole in me. Ain't nobody got time to look like no cartoon. You know how the cartoon they put chain. Nobody got time for that. Serena, I ain't got time for that. She be like, you want to spot me? Hell no. That's like sparring with Mike Tyson. Are you on crack cocaine? So what the fuck are you on? Shit. Who wants to swim with sharks? All right, so let's read some of this. Let's read some of the comments, okay? Give me one second. So I see the zodiac sign Jinsu. I see you said Dr. Jackie is dull, but I don't think she's dull. I think she's the voice of reason like Cynthia, and we kind of went over that. The girls need to balance. Oh, they do. The girls need balance. They do. They do. You said disbarred. I don't feel like it's an ambush. Okay, so you said you don't feel like what they did with Dr. Heavenly was an ambush. It was actually said. It was said, but it was said kind of like, I'll tell you, let me read the rest. So you don't feel that Dr. Heavenly was ambushed because it was actually said, laugh out loud. Okay, so I'm just waiting for, okay, Damien, okay, T. Oh, I ain't gonna say that out loud. I'm happy Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone are back on good terms. Ooh. Ooh, you said so basically Dr. Jackie needs someone beneath her. So I don't think she's beneath her because she has a lot of businesses. She's a smart woman. I love when you say you want to melt somebody and rub it in your skin like lotion. Thank you. Thank you. I love it when you say you want to melt somebody and rub them in your skin like lotion. Okay. But the issue is Heavenly is wait, you said the issue is She did the same thing to Mariah. Oh, the Mariah is the name that I was looking for earlier. Okay. Oh, Amelia is so worried about Toya's house. Okay, I know why about that as well. Okay, I know why about that. Okay, so check this out. I'm at a wedding, so I want wedding cake. Yes. Okay. So I think Amila is thinks she's so Amila is another housewife, if you will. And when I say that, I don't mean the reason why I say that is because it's called Married to Medicine, right? And so the only two housewives that's on there that's not doctors are that's married is Toya and Amila. So they would have to battle, right? It's kind of like Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks, or Janet and Madonna. You know how back when you were in those days, honey, it's only one, right? And so anything you could do, it's kind of like politics and reality TV. Anything you could do to bring the other person down, honey. So Amila was coming for her, and I wouldn't be surprised if the producers gave her that idea. Wink, wink. All right, let's talk about She by Sheree real quick. And we're not going to spend too much time about this because we've been talking about She by Sheree since Michael Jackson was alive, and he's been dead for 10 years. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Now, I love Sheree, God knows I do, and my color purple voice. But I do not want to keep talking about this shit for another 20 years. With the Nene's Neverland. What? See? What you? I said Neverland. That's what I said, and I'm sticking to it. It's Neverland. Now that's what I said, Andy. Next question. Neverland. Baby, we miss Nene. That's the formula, guys. Like, if you're gonna make a pizza, you need pizza dough, bitch. You can't just throw toppings on top of a pan. Where is the pizza dough? We need Cynthia, Portia, Nene, and Phaedra. Candy, come on, man. Stop being mean. Well, I'm not being mean. She could have ended my businesses. Listen. Portia did the shit too, and you friends with Portia. And Marlo then lost her damn mind. She has literally hit her head and got a fucking housewife concussion. Why are you coming for Candy like this? And Candy is the only ally that Marlo really has. Those other girls will push Marlo down a flight of imaginary stairs if they could get away with that shit. Hey, Marlo, look over there. Nobody. Who you think gonna help Marlo? And Sheree, stop being Robin. Every time I see her, she up another cast member saying, do some things that you doing and make us up your ass. Stop being a plus one. And this is your show. You're the OG. Sheree is one of the reasons we wanted to watch it at first. It was Nene and Sheree and Kim. Those were the only three we even cared about. Sheree walking through this fucking church, and she lives there. This is where you live, bitch? And she was walking through a church. Remember when she was on the speakerphone? Yes, and I need my fashion, so and so and so and so. And so and so and so and so. And so and so. And then she was talking, and she was like, and people hate me because of who I am. And we was like, well, who the fuck are you? Who are you? Because I lived in Atlanta for years, and I have never heard about you, honey. No tea, no shade, but girl. But I want some literature when I see you walking around in this motherfucking library that belongs on a college campus. Bitch, in Cambridge. What is going on, honey? What the fuck do you do? Marlo plays dirty, honey. Marlo, mm-mm. We need Nene. We can ex Marlo. We can ex Sanya. And we can ex Drew. Marlo can be a friend of the show if she's a friend of somebody. But we could just go. No, just sometimes, sometimes when you give up beef, you just want a vegan burger. Marlo can go. Sanya can go. Drew can go. We need to replace her with Cynthia. They didn't want to pay Cynthia the money she was worth. They were like, you be a friend of the show so we can get you for less. No. Shit. I've been here too now. Now, every now and then, you may have to leave and come the fuck back. Nene left and came back. Sheree left and came back. Kenya left and came back. And Portia probably going to leave and come back. So maybe Cynthia going to come back. They're going to realize she's really a part of the puzzle. Portia, I just don't care after how it all went down. And she's been quiet as a library in the rainforest, honey. We ain't heard from, but let's get to Candy and this will. Candy and the will and everything, right? I am here for talking about the planning of all the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to talk about this shit, right? And we don't like talking about that. We don't like talking about, as black folks, we don't like talking about planning for the will or death or what do you want? Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? Do you have a specific color? You know what I'm saying? Or anything special. We don't talk about that. And it would be something you can think about all the time, but you never verbalize it because you don't want to seem morbid and nobody's ever asked you. So it's in your mind and nobody knows. But it's okay to ask. And it's okay to go to counselors and psychiatrists and psychologists and different things, bitch. If you need what them things they be giving you, honey, take one. Shit, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the anti-human race. Okay, shit, heal the world, honey. Let's get some healing for ourselves so we can stop being, aggressive in traffic because that's the way we get it out, blowing. Get the fuck out of the way. No, ain't nobody that's having a good day going there. So that's what I'm saying. You going there for some kind of reason. So, another thing by She by Sheree, she's making men joggers with the print. I am here for it. But she's doing too much, but I'm here for it. And then she asked her son to be a model for it. I said, ooh, I ain't gonna say nothing. Not nothing about her, but I'm just saying, honey, visually for the kids, they're gonna be like, oh my God, like the young kids, they're gonna buy that She by Sheree, honey. Them young ones. The 22, 23, 24-year-olds, honey, they're about to buy that She by Sheree. Okay, so Candy, she's talking about her business, her estate planning, if you will, and they had a family discussion, and I felt that it was kind of real. I felt that the young, so they had a family discussion with their daughters, and they all said how they felt, and Todd got upset about it. Like, he was just like, I feel that you guys aren't being fair towards me. And, but honestly, I love Todd and I love Candy, but I just believe that the ladies were telling the truth. We've seen time after time, Todd is hardball. And it's only because he wants to make you work for it and think and everything. But like Kayla said, everything isn't a quiz. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I need some love. And he's like, well, I'm trying to make you hard. Well, no, that's a daughter. She wants to feel that love. And then if you don't give it to her, you'll seek it in other places. It's just like being hungry, honey. Eventually you go, fuck this, I'm going to walk. They ain't coming back with the car. I'm going to walk. And you do what you have to do. That's all. So I'm glad they talked about the will, but Riley, Candy's daughter, and Todd's daughter, but Riley was like, look, I have a certain way that I live. I've always lived like this. I'm accustomed to it. I'm a hard worker. Give me my money. And then Ty was like, well, no, I'll give it to you in increments. Riley, like, I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. Basically. I'm not trying to hear that bullshit. And even Kayla was like, I'm not trying to hear that bullshit either. And Riley was like, I may want to do a business and need my money, to run the business and to live. Riley come from Candy, honey. Candy has instilled some business things in Riley's mind, honey. She been whispering that shit to her since she was 7, 8 years old. Riley got so many damn stocks and bonds, honey, that don't nobody know about. Not even Mama Joyce, honey. Mama Joyce don't know. Todd don't nobody know but Candy and Riley. I guarantee you, Riley got about 12 million. I don't mean no harm. I better shut up. Okay, so listen, congratulations, Candy and Todd. They are now producing another play on Broadway. So they were talking about it on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It didn't come to fruition. And so now, recently, they just posted, right before I started doing this video, that they are the new producers of a play on Broadway starring Samuel L. Jackson. That's going to be some good. I got a good. I got a good. You got that what? I got a good. You got that what? You got that what? I got that. 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 Right? All right, so listen, let's get to some other things, okay? We can't talk about the Housewives forever and ever and ever, amen. But first of all, OMG, we have got to talk about Nichols. Remember the lady from Star Trek? And I remember, so listen, I can't ever say that I watched a whole episode of Star Trek. That shit, it was before my time. I don't mean no harm when I call that shit, but that shit was before my time. But I do remember her, and I always thought she was pretty. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, Star Trek. As Funky Dineva, Star Trek fish. I feel like he's so crazy. I love him though, but I would never say that. But that's a word, in the ball scene. Okay, but that means you're fierce. It just means you're fierce. Okay. And so anyway, I wasn't aware that she did the first interracial kiss. I didn't know about all that. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, ooh, and she did it, and I'm preaching and teaching, honey, and I don't know shit about it. So I didn't know she did the first interracial kiss on television. So I was like, oh shit, she the Harriet Tubman, honey. Cause now this shit has run rapid. And back then, it was, come on guys, it was colored and whites back then. So you couldn't even sit your ass out of Bob's Big Boy, honey, with the people. Shit, your water fountain was different. That it was dirty and shit. They ain't clean it, barely the water. You got to put your lips all on the metal part to get some damn water. Now, I do remember the water fountains. I'm born in the 70s. So I remember them damn dirty water fountains. But, and so to go from there to there, and then she able to kiss, not only, she didn't kiss Spock, honey. She kissed Captain Kirk, bitch. You better talk to me the way I need to be talked to. She went for the cookies and shit, honey. That's like Tupac coming to The Facts of Life, and he gets to do it to Blair Warner, honey. You like, are you fucking kidding? Okay. I am here for this plot. So listen, let's get back to this real quick. But I just want to say rest in peace, and to her family and everything. But she was a part of history, and but she's also a family member to someone as well. So condolences to her, sending condolences to her family and everything. Even though But she did. She paved the way, honey. You better give it to us the way we like it. And she paved the way. And that's how we got Dominique DeVarero coming in there with that fur baby. Serving Alexis. She was like, bitch, I bet you bite a chip. I bet you bite a chip. Shit, every time you take a bite, bitch, you gonna bite a chip, honey. So listen, let's talk about, speaking of rest in peace, let's talk about Naomi from the Judds, her will, and she didn't leave Winona or Ashley anything. Now, they're wealthy in their own right, but, people believe in family wealth, honey. And it's like, I just sometimes don't be believing that, guys. What do you mean? I just believe that people be changing them damn wheels and shit. I'm sorry. I just cannot believe it. But it's very possible because did Michael Jackson leave Janet Jackson anything? Shit. So it's very possible. You know what I'm saying? But it's like every time you hear about it, it'd be like Prince and Aretha Franklin and their family just be out dog peddling, and people do it for family wealth. You always hear Kenya Moore talk about, I'm doing this for Brooklyn so she can have, so she can have, so she can have, and different things like that. And that's what our family, I work for my children so they can have, so they can have, so they can have. So then when you get it, it's like $25 million on all three people I just said. Just like, who is it going to? I hate to say, like, I don't want to talk about, but shit, that's real. That's real. We got to talk about that shit, and I need my family to have a copy. I need 3 different copies, and and if I do change it, it's because some shit ain't right. I think somebody trying to kill my ass, honey. I'm talking about this in the will. You know how when you be telling people, oh, you're my beneficiary, and they be, So if you feel some shit like that, then you change it and you let the other 2 know. But it's just something that people should talk about. But anyway, moving on from that, I just think that, before in closing, Candy and Todd are doing it well because they talked about it early and they did it in a room full of people. So I think that's very smart. So we don't have another Prince and Aretha Franklin situation. And, even Naomi, I just, I really don't understand how these things can happen. I just don't understand how these things can happen. All right, let's talk about Angelina Jolie's daughter, Zahara, going to Spelman, honey. Work the middle. That baby is going to be so well-rounded. It sounds like they making, what's the name of that movie with the Walking Dead bitch? It sounds like a scene from Walking Dead out there, motherfucker. So Zahara, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's daughter, is going to Spelman. Now listen, I say this in all due respect. I respect Spelman, I respect Morehouse, but I had to do it. It was like a conference there for work at one thing. It was like where I had to speak to the students about my job and different things like that, right? Honey, I was scared to park down the street. All I want to say, they better have Zahara at a house in Buckhead, honey, with a doorman and a driver. Ain't no way in the world I would leave my daughter, honey. And she's just leaving the nest. And like I said, I say this in all due respect. And if you don't believe, you go Google map it or drive past there your damn self. If you live in Atlanta, drive your ass over there. Ain't no way in the world I would send my 18-year-old daughter in a car. First of all, she ain't driving on 285, period, at 18. You're a motherfucker lie. She ain't driving on 85. And she damn sure ain't driving on Georgia 400. It's a damn race. Ain't no way in the world. I would never sleep, bitch. Honey, I'll be walking around like Walking Dead worried about my child. So ain't no way in the world I would drop my 18-year-old daughter in a car, and then she damn sure ain't staying on campus. Cause, well, unless they have like parking or something for specific, yeah. But where security? Where my security at? All that shit. Y'all heard about them kids who got their ass whooped going in that Krispy Kreme, and they was from Georgia Tech. They went to the Krispy Kreme, which was 2 lights away from Georgia Tech, bitch, to go get them a hot, fresh donut, honey. And y'all need to Google it. Because don't nobody bring me no bad news. Okay? Shit. Okay, Will Smith apologizes to Chris Rock 5.5 years later. Do you care? Do you care? Do you care? Does anybody care? I don't care. You don't care? You care? I don't care. He apologized to him 5.5 years later. Shit. Sade done had 2 albums since he done slapped the shit out of him. And you know she come out every 50 years. Looking 17 years old with that damn braid, that ponytail. I ain't never seen nobody come out every 50 years looking the same. That's a kasha. I ain't got time for this. So Will Smith apologized to Chris Rock, and Chris Rock said, keep it, I don't want it. And it's okay. It's okay. The shit happened. It wasn't right with the Lord, but you know, whatever pretense it was in, you know, karma always makes its round, honey. Karma keeps your motherfucking address. Karma never loses. Hey, Doris, what's going on? Listen, and I don't mean no harm when I said that about Spelman, because I don't want nobody to be thinking, you know, because that's good. That's Camille Cosby, Bill Cosby. They be giving millions. Oprah give millions, honey. I am here for it. I'm talking about outside. It's kind of like the Vatican. When I went to Italy, inside the Vatican, it's like its own country, honey. They got the people with machine guns and that motherfucker, honey. You could touch a piece of gold if you want to, bitch. Your art. They don't play that shit over there, honey. Now, when we was in Paris, this a couple of weeks ago, when we were in Paris, the person climbed over. They was acting like they was some kind of old lady, right, in this wheelchair, and had the cake under the blanket. Climbed over there and smeared on Mona Lisa. Honey, this female security officer said, bitch, not on today. We was, okay, so it's a big ass room. And so Mona Lisa's over there with it. Okay, so, and Mona Lisa ain't no bigger than a business card. Let's talk about that shit. I thought she was big. I thought she was like a big ass, honey, she is the size of a fucking business card. I said, bitch, I done flew all the way over here for this. Excuse me, I'll be right back. I need a glass of wine. I don't believe I done flew all the way over here for my fucking business card, honey. I had never. I was so offended. That's probably why that cake was on there. That's probably why that cake was on that ass. Cause he was gonna eat the cake. But then when he saw how small that shit was, honey, it looked like this top. Honey, he said, bitch, I got a tattoo bigger than that on my back. Are you fucking kidding me, honey? He climbed over there, smeared that cake over there on Mona Lisa. I could not believe it. Nah, that was like, that's hood right there. Now, that was hood. At the security, they kicked everybody out. Everybody go. Everybody go. Everybody go. They had called the police on your ass so fast over there on Paris, though. Because let me tell you, ask anybody, go by the Eiffel Tower. Go under the Eiffel Tower, bitch. It be a lot of Africans, and they have their blankets, and they sell little Eiffel Tower keychains, right? And to me, I feel that the Paris or the French police aren't being fair to them because they let other people sell things. And so whenever the police come, it's against the law. So they grab their things it be so many people running towards you, bitch. And you like this, like, are they trying to, you getting your stance in case you have to knock a bitch and they head, motherfucker. So wow. Because you don't know. And they just got these things and they're running. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then they'll swing it and throw it so they're not caught with it. And then they'll throw it. Some people put it in a trash can. This is real life. I just saw this shit with my own eyes, honey, a couple of weeks ago. They put that shit in a trash can. Then the other one, it was like this little indention in this building, and they threw it down there. So when the police run past, and the police didn't even see it, because when they turned the corner, they just kept going, honey. They ain't never saw where they put that shit. They must have pre-thought that shit out, honey. It was a dress rehearsal, honey. We gonna put it in the trash can. We're gonna throw it right here when they come. Shit. I said work. And so I just felt that the police were being unfair to shit. I just felt that they were being unfair to the people that were there, and the people that I saw were African. I'm just going to say it. Other people of other ethnicities, they let them put their things on the stairs. They were selling waters and shit. And I was just like, I was a little baffled. So me and baby, we had a hard time seeing that. It was a little hard for us to see that. And so there were some things shit that happened to us too, but it was okay. It was okay. So listen, let's talk about P Valley, guys. We got to talk about P Valley. We got to talk about P Valley. So first of all, before we get into the obvious of P Valley, thank you guys for my likes too. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So before we get into the obvious of P Valley, which is, all these little scenes and everything, let's just talk about it. Let's break it down. I want to talk about, do you think the grandma is going to live? Oh my God, we need her. Like, I don't want to see her die. She's an intricate character in this. For me, I love when she curses and, because that's how real grandmas do. Boy, if you get your ass out of here, I'm going to snatch your ass. That's real life. Uncle Clifford's grandma. We need her now. I have a couple of questions about the episode. Remember, she had COVID and she could barely move. She could barely cough, right? She hasn't eaten. She's super weak and she's blind. How did she get in that car and drive to that lake? Pop quiz. Pop quiz, honey. How did she? To me, it's a pop quiz. Tell me where we first kissed. Tell me where my spot is. Tell me if I like it, love it, or could this be that the pop quiz, honey? How did grandma get in that car when she's blind and dying of COVID, drive to the lake? And right before she gets to the water, Uncle Clifford comes with Little Murder. Your name is Little Murder. I don't like the Little Bow Wows, Little Kim, Little Murder, honey. It's too much. Stop calling yourself little when you're grown. You're grown. I don't want no little nothing, no more. That shit is so old. So Little Murder wasn't planned this time. Because Little Murder had a boyfriend in jail, right? They both was hard as hell. Like, if you see them on the street, I would be scared as fuck of Little Murder. And then not even knowing that he would be attracted to me. I'd be scared as fuck of Little Murder. I wouldn't invite Little Murder to shit I'm having, honey. Yo, you ain't never invited me to none of them dinners you be going to. Oh, I will next time, Little Murder. Your name is Little Murder, bitch. I can't go to no restaurants talk about, may I have a table for me and Little Murder, bitch? Are you fucking crazy? His name is Little fucking Murder. And his name is Uncle Clifford, and he has a Maya Angelou outfit on. I am not prepared. And Uncle Clifford keeps a Angela Winbush weave, honey. I'm here for it. Uncle Clifford, he serves that character, guys. Now, I know this shit is for entertainment for us, but Uncle Clifford and Mercedes, they and the grandma and Little Murder's ass, they could act. They got themselves some actors. They have themselves a cast. Do you hear me? Mercedes with that badass arm, honey. Her shit, her arm came out the fucking socket, bitch. She about to break her fucking neck on that pole. I didn't understand what was happening with Mercedes last night when she said, Mercedes, let me see you dance. And Mercedes was all off beat. Now, whether your arm is out the socket or not, bitch, you still got rhythm. It wasn't no rhythm in Mercedes' body. It wasn't no rhythm in that room for at least 35 miles. 35 miles, bitch. It wasn't no rhythm in that room for 35 miles. Mercedes was on the thing. I was like, what the fuck is wrong? You know, and I'm rooting for Mercedes. Like, I'm ready for her to let this bitch have it. Honey, Mercedes on a pole. Who danced like this on a fucking strip pole? And then she doing all like that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's kind of like if you a fan of Janet Jackson and another young little heifer is calling her out and she's like, well, let me see you dance. And you like, Janet, show her miss you much. Give it to her. Shit. Show her. And then Janet doing this. And you know Janet's supposed to be like, I miss you much. Oh, I miss you. I really miss you. And then all of a sudden she going, the fucking pokey. I said, what the fuck is Mercedes doing? Mercedes was doing the fucking pokey. I almost blacked out. Had them young girls talking about her. The girl with the panther hair. Now that's fashion. But they ran some game on this guy, and good they did. Well, not good that they ran the game, but so the one with the panther hair, she was pimping out this other lady, dancer. And she told the guy, when she came in the room, she said, if I don't stay, you don't stay. So they wanted to make sure he gave her all her money and he didn't do no shady shit to her. So at the end of the little physical transaction, he didn't give them the money, right? Honey, the one with the panther hair, she got a gun. She pulled it from her ass. I don't know what, because the gun went there. She literally stuck her hand, her fist up her ass and pulled out a gun, honey. And so she was like clicking it and shit. And she was like, undress. And so they undressed him and robbed him and took his car. That's my payment. And then I think they sold it for parts and got their money. Honey, have you ever? I really haven't. So let's talk about, you do hear people say that it's a hidden agenda, for, the men to be all on each other like this in P Valley. And there's so many different ways to talk about it. Because that could be like there's a hidden agenda for hip hop artists like Cardi B, or there's a hidden agenda for Megan Thee Stallion, doing WAP and making all women turn into WAPs. So I just think that music and different things appeal to different people who would appeal to, but there's some people it make them throw up in their mouth. This visual art of P Valley, or whether it's, Cardi B talking about she got gushy stuff and she wants you to put that thing in the back of her throat. Like, there's some professors that love it, but there's some professors that are throwing up in their fucking mouth. So I just think if it's for you, it's for you. And it's just like anything, you know what I'm saying? You got to have it, because there are some people who need it. But which brings me to this. Beyonce has a song called Church Girl. And she says, drop it like a, is it drop it like a thought or something, but drop it. and telling it, I don't know. So I don't want to comment on it until I totally understand everything, but that could be taken as an agenda to bring down church girls. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying because Beyonce has a huge voice. And so if something is called church girl, you're probably going to listen. If I'm a church girl, I'll listen to it one time. And then if you hear it, you're like, oh, I'm going to listen to it one more time. And then all of a sudden and you driving that and you're a church girl. I'm just saying, conspiracy theorist over here. Okay? Now go and sit down on it. So is there a conspiracy theory, with a little murder and Uncle Clifford? Is that a conspiracy theory? Like, trying to make people see this visually, because you are what you see visually, guys, and it does have an effect on you. And so me and my friends, we got into a big discussion, I would say a heightened discussion. I won't say an argument, and it wasn't a fight, but it was definitely a heightened discussion or debate, if you will. It was a debate on P Valley. And I said, I feel that it should have said it's going to have gay content in the warning, or same gender loving content in the warning, okay? The same as when you used to watch Jaws and it was PG-13, bitch. And you say it's not for kids, it's going to have nudity or something. Do you guys remember that? It's going to have nudity, profanity. Yeah. You have to warn people that they're going to be ingesting something visually, orally. Like, what if somebody is allergic to seafood and you just feeding them this shit? Now, you 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 intake it. You're going to intake it, and you're going to intake it visually, and you're going to intake it what you hear and what you see. You are going to intake it. And you are what you eat, you are what you see, you are what you listen to. So if you're sitting on the couch watching this TV show and you're a heterosexual man and you have your girlfriend and you're watching this show, and all of a sudden you see two guys and they're going for it, you just may have to just turn it off. But I can't imagine, it's pretty uncomfortable. Like, we can't just be like, we want rights so bad that we can't see other people's side. I'm a Libra now. I would imagine that it's pretty uncomfortable. And so I would never want to force something. If I'm an artist and I have a comedy show or I have a play or something like that, and I'm going to say this play contains nudity, profanity, and same gender loving physical contact or something in some aspect or some form, I just feel that you should warn people. I think that's fair. I just think that's fair. And I don't give a fuck what nobody else thinks. That's what I think. I didn't ask for nobody else's opinion on this one. And the reason why, because that's what the reason I say that is my friends and I, we got into a heated discussion. He's like, well, why? Why? They don't give us a warning when, when people kiss on whatever TV show he was saying. But my thing is this. Pink Valley is supposed to be about a heterosexual strip club, correct? So you wouldn't even think that there was a need to see that on the side. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting there chilling with your boo, and it would be cool if it was, it's something that guys like, okay? Guys do like to see it, okay? I don't care if they're a librarian, technician, or whatever, but they sometimes like their girls to go with them, but the girls don't want to go to Magic City. Guys say, we want to go get the wings. It's the truth. You want to get the wings, but you want to see some shaking. Okay? It's the truth. And so to have a TV show when you can watch it in the comfort of your home with your girl and it has a good storyline, and you're watching this, and then eventually the storyline changes and it just flips into that. It's kind of like you're watching Barney and all of a sudden it changes into like Freddy Krueger. All of a sudden it just, you watching A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And you're like, what the fuck? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? That's where I stand on it. Okay, let's move on. I think that's it. That's pretty much it, guys. That's all we have. I think that's all we have. Nobody wants to talk about Chloe and Tristan, who Neo, everybody are like, I didn't even know he was married, so I'm not gonna comment. I, I only talk about things I care about. What else would I say I care about? I care about traveling right now, honey. I care about going to concerts and just making sure the people around me are happy and, just smiling and making other people smile. That's what I'm saying I care about right now. That's a cool thing. Yeah, yes, Doris, Angela Wimbush. Hello, there's Elizabeth. What's going on? You say European racism is different. It is. It is different. But is it? It's. Can you imagine being a group of people in the world? You can't escape, and everybody has a problem with your complexion. Imagine that. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's nothing they can do about theirs. There's nothing you can do about yours. It is just genetic hate. Because there's no reason to hate at this point. There's no reason to dislike people because of their color. Ain't nobody fucking with you. And you not fucking with it. Like, when I say that, nobody's fucking with nobody. So just let, if that's the problem and that's what's going to solve the world, everybody just live, in their own communities or whatever. I don't understand, but something's got to happen. We are on Earth together, and no matter where you go on Earth, you witness that. That's kind of crazy. Even in fucking South Africa, it's crazy. Am I right or wrong, guys? That's cray cray. That's crazy to me. Really quick, I just want to say this before we go. Patti LaBelle is Benjamin Button. I've never seen nobody age backwards. And even if she had Botox from hell, which she hasn't because it don't look like it. Now, she may have had it, a tuck, a small little tuck, honey. And I ain't mad at her. I'm not mad for a small little pull. Just don't keep doing that shit and put yourself in jeopardy. But I'm not mad at a small little pull. I ain't had one yet, but bitch, when the time comes, okay? It's almost time now, bitch. You see that? Just a small little pull, honey. Bitch, and I'm right here on La Cienega too. Just a small little pull, and they cut it behind there, chow boo. But that's for me. I'm not telling you to do it, honey. But that's just for me, okay? But Patti LaBelle, even if you had, like I said, that people who are 80 years old move like people that are 80 years old. Patti LaBelle come out this motherfucker, honey, in heels, bitch. I'd be like, what? And the fuck did y'all get her for breakfast this morning? Patti LaBelle don't move like no 80-year-old. She don't move like no 70-year-old. And she's well over 70. Patti LaBelle's that business, honey. And she comes out in them heels. Catch me outside, bitch. Catch me outside, honey. 3 o'clock. Me and you and me. Shit. We love Patti. And can't nobody hold no note like Patti LaBelle. I don't give a fuck who comes out new. I love Jasmine Sullivan. I would melt her and rub her in my skin like Nivea cream, bitch. Ooh, what is that? It's called Jasmine. I put it on my head, bitch, so I don't get no bumps, honey. But can't nobody hold no note like Patti LaBelle at full voice. She's not born and she's not going to be born. It's never going to happen for you. We're never going to have another Whitney. We're never going to have another Patti. Now, closest we got is Fantasia, but that's the closest we going to get. But even Fantasia. I love Fantasia to smithereens, but Patti is Patti, bitch. And Fantasia is Fantasia. And that's keeping it fair and equal, you know. But Patti, she's a showman. She's more than like a vocalist, like to stand there and sing. Like Patti, she, back in the day when she used to do When You Feel Blessed and all those things, and she was on Arsenio Hall, she'll start up on this platform and then walk down and shit. Patti's fierce. She's been fierce for years. We love her. We love Auntie Gladys. But you know, I'm gonna tell you, I just really learned how amazing Gladys Knight is recently. And don't judge me, honey. I wasn't of that age. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the 60s or something. I don't know. But my first memory is Love Overboard. So I showed up late to the party, honey. The valet had left. They was eating wings and shit. Everybody was gone by the time I showed up to the party for the Gladys Knight. And keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. Gladys Knight will jump her butt into an ensemble, won't she? Wasn't she in the one with Hold Me Tight and Don't Let Go, Don't Let Go? What was that? And it was her and Shaka Khan. See you again, although I'll find a way to get through. Wait, who? It was Tamia, Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight, Brandy. Ooh, they had that good. They had that good. I know that producer was so damn happy he was working with all them, baby. That's like, how the hell do you get Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight, Tamia, and Brandy? That's the Mega Million, bitch. You done fucked around and hit the lottery. This motherfucker hit the lottery. How much it was? $1 billion. Y'all heard that one lady won that money. I couldn't believe it. I almost blacked out. The one lady won the $1 billion. Congratulations. Give me $20, honey. Can I borrow $20, Pumpkin Lamb? Well, listen, this is it. I don't think I've ever did a video this long. But it was good talking to you because we haven't talked. And, you know, it was time to talk. And we had to talk about a lot. But thank you so much for hanging out with me for another Mario Ramon discussion and everything. And don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe. And so hold on. Let me see some of these. Patti do look good. Patti looks amazing. Patti looks amazing. Aww. So is there anything I forgot, guys? Are you good? Well, God bless you and have a good evening. And I'll see you guys next time, okay? Peace.